Three people still in the water. One person was already on our dock. One guy was unconscious and the other was bringing him to the dock.
A group of teens overboard in Prospect Lake made the right move, swimming to the dock of this young rescuer who didn't think twice before reaching out to help.
The more that I research and get to know them as people, the harder it becomes.
A 70-year-old double murder remains unsolved, but the great-great-granddaughter of the victims says she's determined to solve their case.
I believe that we need things like reunification, we need things like second stage housing, and to have that next step for people after treatment.
The island's first long-term addiction recovery program for women is going a step further. We'll tell you about their new program. CHEK News starts now. Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. It was a frantic night for a Saanich family that lives on Prospect Lake when last night a small fishing boat packed with teens flipped in the middle of the lake. Thankfully, the people who heard the commotion didn't hesitate. As Jordan Cunningham shows us, all 5 are alive thanks to some quick actions.
You don't often hear voices on Prospect Lake late at night.
It's usually pretty quiet.
What woke Tate Commander up from a deep sleep just after midnight first seemed like the sound of kids having fun. But that changed in a heartbeat.
It took me a second. I opened up my window and I heard distressed yelling coming from the water.
What he heard was the aftermath of 5 teens packed into a tiny aluminum boat capsizing in the middle of the lake in a night of drinking. Not one was wearing a life jacket. Emma Mickelson lives next door. At first, she couldn't tell what the shouting was about.
They were saying, like, just get him above water, get him above water. One of the younger guys was trying to say.
While Emma dialed 911, Tate was already in full flight. He ran down to the dock without knowing what he'd find.
3 people still in the water. One person was already on our dock. One guy was unconscious and the other was bringing him to the dock. They were close enough that I could grab the one guy's wrist.
Tate grabbed hold of the lifeless body in the water and heaved him onto the dock. To say the right set of hands responded is an understatement. Tate just happens to be the Canadian powerlifting champion. He also knows CPR, but thankfully he didn't have to use it.
He was unresponsive, super shallow breathing. And then he threw up a couple times and then started breathing normally.
Relief then switched to chaos. One teen didn't make it to shore.
He was adamant that his friends were still in the water and he was going to stop at nothing to get them back, jumping back in the water even if he couldn't even see them.
Tate stopped the teen from jumping back into the water just as his mom made it down to the dock.
The other teens were hysterical and screaming beside themselves. They were sure their friend was dead.
CHEK viewers know Tess Van Straten from her weather reports. As paramedics and firefighters arrived, she was able to help police piece together the details, and the missing teen's truck was found nearby with wet footprints outside of it. And when Saanich police confirmed to us today that the missing boy was found safe last night,
found the other kid at 1:30 last night.
It was relief all around. If there's one takeaway, it's a visual. The only part of the boat that floated to the surface was this electric motor with a life jacket wrapped around it. Because help won't always arrive this fast.
How proud of Tate are you?
Very proud.
It's a lot to reflect on.
Thinking about how much worse it could have been.
But thankfully, wasn't.
RCMP say criminality is believed to have been a factor in an early morning crash that left 1 person dead and 4 injured. The single vehicle crash happened in the 9000 block of South Shore Road in Missachi Lake around 1:15 this morning. The red 2007 Honda Civic had 5 passengers. 1 died on scene. The 4 others were taken to hospital with serious injuries. Police are asking anyone with information about the incident to contact them as their investigation continues. The Victoria man accused of brutally killing his neighbor with a hatchet 3 years ago was found guilty of second-degree murder today in BC Supreme Court. As Corey Sidaway tells us, the judge disagreed with the defense's attempts to blame the murder on Michael King's drug use and mental health.
The only driving force a psychiatric doctor identified to explain why Michael King attacked his Cook Street Village neighbor with a hatchet to the head in March of 2023 was anger. King was inconsistent in acknowledging that anger, but admitted to forensic psychiatrists that his rage for his neighbor, 70-year-old Michael Jones, had been intensifying in the weeks and days before King killed him. King's anger with Jones seems to revolve mostly around Jones's loud TV, coughing, and his smoking indoors. On March 6, 2023, when Jones was sitting on the bed, King attacked Jones with a hatchet, delivering at least 5 blows to the head. Despite significant medical intervention, Jones died 9 days later. At trial, King's defense pushed for a manslaughter verdict rather than second-degree murder, which made intent a core feature of the case. King's defense argued that his mental state was impaired by his mental health and drugs. King testified the morning of the attack he'd taken over-the-counter sleeping pills, magic mushrooms, and chlorobutanol, a distillation of alcohol that can have a sedative effect that King made at home. They also tried to argue he was in psychosis, having been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. But the forensic psychiatrist wasn't able to directly link King's violent actions to psychotic symptoms on the exact day of Jones's murder. The judge also didn't buy the explanation. Instead, she relied on CCTV footage showing King minutes after he'd killed his neighbor, displaying efficiency and focus, not of someone inebriated or experiencing psychotic symptoms. The justice ultimately found that King had murderous intent. After she read her decision, Jones's sister told me nobody deserves that treatment. A date for King's sentencing will be set next month.
A heartbreaking, unsolved double murder case in Nanaimo nearly 70 years ago is going back under the microscope. The victim's great-great-granddaughter is trying to find justice for Lizzie and Curly Kostenuk, who were slain in their home and the culprit never caught. Because as Sky Ryan reports, the crime has haunted her family ever since.
Visiting this Nanaimo cemetery is as close as Shauna Cowenberg will ever get to meeting her great-great-grandparents.
This is their resting place, Curly and Lizzie.
Whose unsolved double murder south of Nanaimo nearly 70 years ago has haunted their living family for generations.
They were murdered in their home. Horrible.
It's almost like there's an open wound.
Yeah, definitely. It was just kind of one of those things that you didn't talk about. It didn't seem like anyone in our family was ever pressing for answers.
They lived here in peaceful South Wellington, not far from where this 42-year-old Nanaimo mom and office worker lives now. And she wants to solve what happened to Andrew and Elizabeth Kostenuk, known as Curly and Lizzie, on the night of June 26, 1959.
They killed Elizabeth first, and then it was like 6 or 7 hours later they waited, and then they murdered Andrew.
Curly, seen here on the right, worked in the mines, and she raised their children in their South Wellington Road home and loved to go to bingo.
You know, people didn't lock their doors back then. It was safe.
Newspaper clippings show the Kostenuk's murders dominated RCMP attention for months, yet no one was ever charged, and as the years went by, it slowly drifted from the pages.
It looks like the last time anyone looked into the case was like 87.
Until now. Port Alberni podcaster and investigative reporter Laura Palmer is focusing her new season of Island Crime on this cold case, and episode 1 launches Friday.
There had been no murders like this in living memory. Residents tell reporters that fear settled over the community almost immediately.
Now versus back then, I think there's a good possibility of finding some answers, even if there's not, justice and
which Cowenberg says is motivating her to keep digging into a crime that shaped her family's history and help Curly and Lizzie finally rest in peace.
The City of Langford issue a shelter-in-place order for residents in the 1100 and 1200 blocks of Goldstream Avenue this afternoon for a gas leak. Fortis BC says the incident was caused by damage to a gas main by an external party and that crews arrived on scene about 1:30. Fortis says crews got the gas flow under control about 2 hours later. The shelter in place has been lifted and Goldstream Avenue remains closed with repairs to the gas main underway. The Supreme Court of Canada has upheld a ruling that Aboriginal title cannot be declared over private land in a decision the federal government says will have an impact on the Cowichan tribes case. The Supreme Court of Canada refused to hear an appeal from the Wolastoqey Nation in New Brunswick. That case involved a lower court ruling that said recognizing Aboriginal title over privately owned land could, quote, sound the death knell of reconciliation with non-Indigenous Canadians. That stands in sharp contrast to a landmark ruling involving the Cowichan tribes here in BC. In that case, a BC Supreme Court judge found Aboriginal title could be considered a senior interest over Crown, city and even privately owned land along the Fraser River. The province, along with several other parties, including the City of Richmond, is now appealing that decision. BC politicians wrapped up the spring session of the legislature today, but some of the biggest issues remain unsettled as we head into summer. For more on that, let's check in with Rob Shaw at the BC legislature tonight. So, Rob, what was actually accomplished in this spring session of the legislature?
Well, Stacey, when you have a one-vote majority government, just surviving is an accomplishment. And indeed, the NDP government managed to eke out its final votes here at the legislature today. But outside of that, 14 bills this spring, most were pretty tame, like allowing online driver licensing renewals and creating protest bubble zones around places of worship. The most controversial changes to the FOI law the government said are for efficiency, but critics say will let it refuse to release more information. One bill today, passage of the Comox First Nation Treaty here on the island, was also controversial as neighboring nations say they're overlapping territories being claimed and they're threatening civil disobedience. But the NDP government passed it through this afternoon with the help of a handful of Conservatives, including local MLA Brendan Day.
Hundreds of thousands of people now have a family doctor who didn't used to have a family doctor. Focusing on housing, where we're seeing rents coming down significantly in Vancouver, almost by 20%. We're seeing in terms of housing starts up 20% over last year. These are the issues that matter to British Columbia, and that's what we were very much focused on this session.
It was Government House Leader Mark Farnworth there. The biggest issue of the session was Indigenous reconciliation, specifically the fallout of the Cowichan Nation and DRIPA court rulings on private property. The NDP government has no solutions or legislations on either, but the Premier backtracking from his promise to amend DRIPA this session after he lost the confidence of his caucus and pushing that whole showdown to the fall. The opposition hammering on the reconciliation issue all session, vowing to repeal DRIPA and reverse course.
You know, I firmly believe that it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And when I first stood in front of you guys in January with our House Leader, Alia Warbus, we talked about the necessity to repeal DRIPA. And our position has never changed. And part of the challenge is that the NDP's position, the Premier's position, has changed multiple times. And I think that's added to the level of chaos that we see today.
That was interim opposition leader Trevor Halford there. He stepped in to replace John Rustad, who in December was declared professionally incapacitated by his party and his caucus. Halford has stabilized the opposition this session, Stacey, and got it focused on its work here, leaving the party in a good spot for whoever it chooses as its next leader, which will occur on Saturday. Stacey?
And lots of folks will be watching, curious to find out how that plays out. Rob, thanks so much. See you soon. Just 1 year after opening the island's first long-term addiction recovery program for women, Our Place is adding another step to the program. The organization is getting ready to open a reunification house, a program to support graduates as they reunite with their children and reintegrate into the community.
I think when we think about treatment is the kind of the final endpoint, and when you're done treatment, that's it. I don't believe that. I believe that we need things like reunification, we need things like second stage housing, and to have that next step for people after treatment.
Our Place says the reunification house provides supports for both the recently graduated women and their children as they reunite, regain custody, rebuild trust, and restore relationships impacted by addiction. There will be 4 two-bedroom apartments within the house where women and their children can live for up to 2 years. The first participants are expected to move in within the next 2 months. Vancouver Island's largest Anglican church is one step closer to a major transformation. Victoria Council today approving a rezoning request for the property that would allow it to build up to 300 units of housing on site. The cathedral's plan calls for up to 4 residential towers to be built, ranging from 8 to 18 stories. They say the money from the expansion would help fund upgrades to other parts of the property. The project would still need to go through several more steps before becoming a reality, and the church says it will likely be years before any construction would begin. All right, it's time for our first look at the upside on this Thursday. And guys, you took another road trip to the lovely Port Renfrew tonight. What's going on in Renfrew?
Yeah, this was a classic road trip. We did it a couple of years ago. It was fantastic, and it's beautiful again today. We are here in Port Renfrew. We're here at Hollywood's Fish and Chips. We're right in the jet stream here of Joseph's cooking. Oh, it smells fantastic.
Yeah, Joseph's cooking back there. Josh is taking the orders. He's the owner, and we're making friends here. Blair is over here. Give us a wave, Blair. Blair's from Swell Time Charters, and we get the gag, Blair. He keeps saying, "You get it? You get it?" Swell Time Charters.
His kids came in. His kids came up with a name and kept asking him whether or not he gets it.
Linda's over here as well. A lot of people know Linda. Give us a wave from Victoria.
Yeah.
Rower from the 1976 Olympics. And the lineup is here. So if you're in the Port Renfrew area, get down here and say hi to us. And I'm just happy that I made it here without incident because, I'm not good on the windy.
That's why you rarely ride the the bumper cars or
I
the
can't
boats.
do the bumper
Even
cars.
the boats at the fair is tough for you.
Even the little kids' boats. I can't do that. But fish and chips, the halibut, the salmon, whatever you want. Josh also sells
frozen prawns to go.
Prawns or salmon or halibut. So you can come down here and get the whole thing. And let me tell you, we were inside the trailer earlier.
Spotless.
Ever. This guy's running. He knows how to run a business here.
Ultra clean.
And speaking of locals,
where's Kathy?
Kathy,
come on over. Show us what
Kathy.
Show the folks at home what your food looks like.
Halibut.
Look at that.
And the cod looks similar, but this is halibut.
Yeah, and you went for the twofer, right?
Of course.
What are you going to go one? No,
No.
What are you, cheapskate like this guy? No, you're going to have 2, right?
And what I don't eat, my feral cat will get.
Your feral cat. Well, what do you think the odds are of that? You think the cat's going to get any? It's good? Okay.
Yeah. Not that it's not good, but I just can't eat that much.
Yeah. Well, when you have a cat, it's important to feed your staff, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, enjoy that, Kathy. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and nice to see you guys. We watch you a lot and laugh a lot, so thanks for what you do.
Well, thank you.
I'll turn the volume up next time. It's not as funny, actually.
Yeah. I'll bet the cat hates us. You just know it.
I bet. So, Hollywood's were here. By the way, we're going to tell you a little later on how you can win a gift card to take the drive out here, the easy drive to Port Renfrew, and win that gift card. But speaking of winning, Spam-A-Lot, the Broadway play is coming to Victoria, kicking off on August the 28th.
August 28th, only 5 shows for Spam-A-Lot. Of course, it's based, on the movie Monty Python's Holy Grail, The Knights of Knee.
Right.
That's not right. I'm not hurt. Anyway, that's going to be a great production of the Royal Theatre. 5 shows. August 28th is the kickoff. So it's a shorter run, but there's lots of shows throughout the day as well. So free tickets, just go to our...
We have 4 producer seats for opening night. These are the big shot, big deal, big shot tickets.
Do they come with the TAM? We wear the TAM?
We did one TAM?
Producer, really?
Yeah.
That's a good prize.
All the TAMs.
All right, so go to our website, checknews.ca. You'll see the big banner that says contest. Click on that and enter, and good luck.
I'm going to get some fish and chips.
Yeah, there's the bell.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh boy, my mouth is watering. That sure looks good, guys. Enjoy. Love Port Renfrew. Looking forward to finding out more about that great community over the next couple of hours. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
All right.
Also still to come on CHEK tonight, members, some who say their lives were saved by the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club, rally after being handed an eviction notice. We'll tell you more about that story and this.
We were looking forward to another good round, but something happened.
It's a hazard no one at Cedar Hill Golf Course was expecting, the burned out shell of a stolen truck. We'll tell you how that all played out after a short break.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Get a small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax. All summer long. Dollar Drink Summer, only at McDonald's.
Do you know what? They're just so caring and affectionate. They're like family. They're all like family. For me, that's what I find here. I became strong because of that love and support here. My days are happy.
At One Stop Furniture and Mattress, customer service is #1. Relax with our knowledgeable, non-commissioned sales staff. Enjoy dreamy nights on our adjustable beds and comfy mattresses, including Sealy Posturepedic and Tempur-Pedic. See our Canadian-made, handcrafted quality bedroom suites with wood and upholstered beds, completely customizable size and design. Plus your choice of wood, stain, and hardware.
One Stop Furniture and Mattress, where you're #1.
Your day doesn't end when Canada's does. Because their morning might be your midnight. Work in one country, life in another, or 2 or 3. When it's the right time for them, even if it's late for you, Remitly keeps up with your global life day, night, and all the time zones in between. Remitly, trusted by millions to send billions worldwide.
Your eyes go through a lot, like staring at those things on the way to work every day.
So check they're healthy with an eye exam at Specsavers from $99, which includes an advanced OCT eye health scan.
You know, I've seen an alien.
Really?
No.
A golf course in Saanich remains closed after an unexpected hazard appeared on the fairway. Someone drove a stolen truck onto the course, then set it on fire. And police say that's not the only damage that was done. Chadis Leo reports.
That was close.
Today was the perfect day to be on the links. The only problem? The Cedar Hill Golf Course is closed after a truck was stolen and then later set on fire in the middle of the green.
We were looking forward to another good round, but something happened.
We were going to golf, and then the parking lot was empty, which was kind of a sign of there's something going on.
The Saanich Police Patrol and the Integrated Canine Service responded to a report of a stolen vehicle. That vehicle was later found in the area of the Cedar Hill Golf Course and eventually on the Cedar Hill Golf Course and on fire.
By 10:30 this morning, the burnt truck was taken off the course, leaving behind glass and ashes and severe damage on the green. Police say the truck was stolen from the 600 block of Jolly Place in Victoria around 9 Wednesday night. Shortly after, officers spotted the vehicle at the Cedar Hill Recreation Center and tried to stop it. The driver then sped off right onto the course, hitting 2 police vehicles in the process. No injuries were reported. At that point, police decided not to pursue, instead choosing to contain the area.
Which ended up being the correct decision, calling in the Integrated Canine Service and then locating the accused hiding adjacent to the vehicle in the bushes.
Police believe the suspect set the truck on fire before hiding. 35-year-old Bronston Barry is now facing 5 charges.
The accused is in custody in the Victoria Courthouse, awaiting to see a judge, facing numerous criminal charges, including theft of vehicle, arson, mischief, and flight from police.
In a statement, the District of Saanich says staff are still assessing the damage and couldn't say when the course could reopen or how much the damage might cost to repair. With the burnt truck gone, all that remains is a black stain, broken glass, and golfers wondering what to do instead.
So I don't know where we'll go. The pubs aren't open yet, so I don't know what we'll do.
Golfers can log on to the District of Saanich website for updates about when the course will reopen. None of the charges against Barry have been proven in court.
A motorcyclist has been arrested after getting stuck between concrete barriers while trying to flee from police. On May 21st, police received reports of a suspicious motorcycle being driven recklessly and at high speed. The driver refused to stop for police, but was later found in the 6800 block of East Saanich Road. The 24-year-old Esquimalt driver tried to avoid capture by going between concrete barriers, but the space between those barriers narrowed and the bike got stuck. The driver was arrested and is facing charges. The 31-year-old passenger was detained as well, but then released without charges. Central Saanich police say neither were injured.
I cannot live without BC. BC saved my life, and it's not just a repeated phrase. I thought I had to spend my whole life alone. I thought I would never have people who could care about me so much.
Members of the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club sharing their stories of recovery and survival outside the Solicitor General's office in Victoria today. They're hoping to urge the province to hit pause on a civil forfeiture notice given to the landlord of the club's storefront on Quadra Street 2 weeks ago. The landlord has since issued the Cannabis Club an eviction notice. The club's founders saying the landlord was left with no choice. Either evict the club, which is the longest running of its kind in Canada, or risk losing the entire building.
Even though we expected the eviction notice, it actually hit me pretty hard emotionally. There's so many lives at stake here that to think that we may end up homeless is a very scary situation.
The club is seeking a judicial review, but is also appealing to the City of Victoria to help it find a new home. No eviction date has been set.
The issue is that Vancouver Islanders are asking why essential marine highways on the West Coast aren't treated with the same level of federal importance.
Vancouver Island MP Gord Johns is fired up about ferries. He wants the federal government to support BC ferries in the same way it does ferries on the East Coast. We'll tell you more when CHEK News returns. The Canadian dollar was up to 72.42 US. The TSX gained about 106 points. The Dow added almost 25. The Nasdaq in the green about 243. Gold increased 50.90 an ounce, and oil rose 22 cents to 88.90 a barrel.
Listen to Every Visitor Counts, hosted by Esther Chang and Paul Nursey. Join them as they deep dive into Victoria's history and future as a tourism leader, including a peek behind the scenes of driving visitors to our region. Proudly presented by Destination Greater Victoria.
I'm Sandra Richardson. To help you stay in touch, here's the Victoria Foundation Community Check-In.
Canada's oldest Chinatown will come alive at Awakening Chinatown with free cultural performances and fun family activities. Learn more at victoriachinatownmuseum.com. This art auction and fundraiser featuring work from incredible BC artists will celebrate Help Fill a Dream's 40 years of community impact. Visit their website for tickets. The Alzheimer's Society invites the community to take part in the Walk for Alzheimer's in support of vital programs, services, and education for those navigating dementia. Experience a cultural celebration of Indigenous art, fashion, music, and storytelling with curated food and wine pairings, all in support of the Hope and Health for Life Society. It's a week to celebrate and learn more about our Big Blue Backyard. Events will take place at various locations in Victoria. For more details, visit oceanweekvictoria.ca.
The Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.
Toyota takes you there. Don't miss out. Red Tag Days are on now at your local Toyota dealer.
At Cooper Pacific, you're investing in a local family business.
You get exposure to BC's commercial real estate market with diversification and long-term stability.
And you're backed by a wealth of experience in the industry.
Cooper Pacific, real estate, real investments, real returns.
Welcome to Incredible Home, Victoria's trusted custom closet experts since 1982, where closet design is both science and an art. Serving Victoria to Parksville. Incredible Home. Live life incredibly.
Ah, the classic globe. You know that these are just the government's way of hiding that the Earth is flat.
Fact-checked.
Sorry? What?
I fact-checked you because you were spreading misinformation, and this is why we need credible news sources who fact-check things like this.
Okay. Thanks.
Kinda flattened you there.
Hey, Canada! Buy Kinder Bueno and enter for a chance to win one of 10,000 prizes. Like Ferrero Treats, Canada Soccer merch, and VIP experiences. Go all in with Ferrero and Canada Soccer.
We're proud to be one of the only locally owned funeral homes in Victoria. I'm very fortunate to have a staff who are caring, committed, and want to do everything they can to help the families we're serving. We want people when they walk in to feel and know that we are going to take good care of them.
The fun never stops at Wheel. You got it! It's a call!
You're a millionaire!
Wheel of Fortune, Monday to Saturday at 7 on CHEK. This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Connie LeBeau Homes.
Helping you make the right move.
When local news matters the most, CHEK now sends updates right to your inbox. Local news, local events, local people, 7 days a week. Subscribe on checknews.ca. Proudly supported by Bath Fitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
A Vancouver Island MP is calling on Ottawa to give BC ferries more money. Yesterday, Courtenay Alberni MP Gord Johns called on the federal government to make ferry travel more equitable across the country. He says it's not fair that ferry passengers in eastern Canada are subsidized so much more than those here. Kendall Hansen reports.
It's been almost 2 months since BC Ferries increased its prices by 3.2%. It now costs $110 one way for a vehicle and driver between Vancouver Island and the mainland.
That's one of the main reasons I don't come over anymore, is the cost of the ferries.
It's so expensive.
Yep, way too expensive.
Contrast that to the 75-minute ferry between Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. A vehicle and driver there costs $48 round trip.
When you look at per passenger subsidy, on the East Coast they're getting about $291 per passenger. In BC it's about $1.63 in terms of federal subsidies.
Yesterday, Johns argued for ferry parity in Parliament.
The issue is that Vancouver Islanders are asking why essential marine highways on the West Coast aren't treated with the same level of federal importance. The federal government keeps pointing to constitutional agreements signed more than 80 years ago and funding formulas created nearly 50 years ago when Vancouver Island had about 450,000 residents.
Perhaps not surprisingly, this is an issue on Vancouver Island that crosses party lines.
Yeah, look, I think Gord made some good points. It's completely unfair that we aren't getting the same level of funding from the federal government for the exact same service that is being delivered out east.
Bottom line, I agree with Gord, we're getting a raw deal. So I would structure it around how has the world changed between 1867 and 2026. Number one, BC negotiated on the basis of railways. Where's the Island Railway?
The two Liberal MPs on Vancouver Island were unavailable for on-camera interviews today. In a statement, Victoria MP Will Grieve says he agrees that the island was overlooked for too long, saying he shares the same frustrations as Johns. Grieve says the disparity in federal support compared to the East is real and long-standing, and is an issue he's raised himself. He does say he's proud that the Canada Infrastructure Bank is loaning $1 billion in low-interest financing to replace BC Ferries' oldest vessels. Whether the debate sparked by the Courtenay Alberni MP will lead to any change on just how much we pay to ride BC Ferries, yet to be seen.
On Checkpoint tonight, we're asking, should more federal taxpayer dollars be used to subsidize BC Ferries? You can vote at checknews.ca and we'll share results with you a little bit later in the broadcast.
Let's be absolutely clear. Canada Strong will help make America great again.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and his negotiating team spent the day in New York, looking to convince the financial capital's business leaders to invest in Canada. He's pitching a new relationship with the U.S. to the very people that could put pressure on President Donald Trump. Carney told the group that Canada is focused on itself and becoming an energy superpower, but that it doesn't want to shut the door on the U.S. Canada still isn't at the table for formal trade talks with the U.S., but Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is planning to head to Washington at some point for more informal talks. Drone video shows the extent of Tuesday's chemical tank blast in Washington state that killed or injured at least 19 people. The effort is ongoing to try and locate 9 workers who are still officially listed as missing, but who authorities say are likely dead after the tank holding hundreds of thousands of gallons of toxic white liquor erupted. Federal investigators are on site today to try to pinpoint the cause of that rupture, and local officials are telling the public around the area to stay away from any water drainage areas, saying the possibility of significant contamination hasn't been ruled out. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson saying that this could be the most tragic loss of life from a workplace-related incident in Washington's history.
Health Check is brought to you by Maycock Eye Care, helping you keep sight of what's important since 1949.
Canada's Immigration Department says more than 24,000 travel documents could be suspended by the federal government's measures to keep the Ebola virus out of Canada. The suspended documents include electronic travel authorizations and temporary and permanent resident visas for people currently in one of the 3 listed countries. Earlier this week, Canada imposed a mandatory 21-day self-isolation period for travelers arriving from Ebola-affected regions and paused immigration application decisions from the Congo, South Sudan, and Uganda. Health Minister Marjorie Michel says the measures are precautionary ahead of increased summer travel and the FIFA World Cup, despite the low risk in Canada. And a drug poisoning alert has been issued for Nanaimo with the number on the rise. Island Health saying friends, family, and community members using unregulated substances face increased risk. Officials recommend visiting an overdose prevention site, carrying naloxone, and not using alone or at the same time as someone you're with. Get ready for another eclectic assortment of entertainment options. Taking to Vancouver Island stages this weekend, Steve Grabonier has Vibe next.
I'm Ed Bain. Your full island forecast is on the way. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. 19 in a mix for Oslo, Norway today. Over in Alberta, Banff was showery and 20. And 17 in clouds for Auckland, New Zealand.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life. Flipside, weekdays at noon on CHEK.
Across BC, we're preparing for wildfire together. In areas at risk, people are making grab-and-go bags and emergency plans for all family members. Others are clearing brush and putting in fire-resistant plants. And everyone can be prepping for smoke, staying informed, and traveling responsibly. The Government of BC is working with wildfire experts and communities to be prepared. So join us. Together, we'll be wildfire ready.
Don't hold back, 'cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Don't hold back. Galvanized.
Trajectory and balance look good. You're confirmed to go for orbit.
Every day, Michelin innovates to move the world forward on the road and far beyond. Michelin, motion for life.
Rafael & Brown Window Coverings is proud to be locally owned and operated, serving the island community since 1987. Thank you for voting us Best in the City 17 years in a row.
When it comes to staying active, connected, and trying new things, we're here for you, Saanich.
And here.
And here.
And here.
Visit one of our 4 recreation centers or saanich.ca/recreation.
Locally owned and operated, Postings Denture Clinics provides all your denture services. Our in-house lab means you can expect a quick turnaround. Postings Denture Clinics, the smile you deserve. Book your free consultation in Victoria, West Shore, or Sydney.
At the Old Farm Market, we're doing everything we can to lower prices. What are you working on, Kyle?
Just negotiating lower prices, boss.
What's going on, Chris?
Just lowering prices, man.
The Old Farm Market. Not corporate, not complicated, just great produce at the lowest prices.
Incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. It even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
When you want it clean, really clean, glistening, gleaming, and new feeling clean, you want to bring in the experts. Enter D&D Clean Exteriors, the masters of the outdoor clean. From roof demossing to gutter vacuuming, house washing to concrete cleaning. We get that deep down, real good, feel good, welcome home kind of clean. Because at D&D, we treat your home like it's our own. D&D Clean Exteriors, fully licensed, insured, and 100% green. Get your free estimate today.
Sleep Country provides personalized pillow fittings to help you find the perfect one. For a limited time, buy one featured pillow and get a second pillow for free, only at Sleep Country.
This week's featured hot ticket items for the weekend and beyond, brought to you by CHEK Arts and Entertainment producer Steve Grabanier.
This Friday in Victoria, Cuban pianist Pablo Cardenas brings an all-star ensemble to the Coda for Portraits of Havana. Cardenas grew up near Matanzas, trained at the National School of Music in Havana, and played the International Jazz Plaza Festival and Jazz Cafe there before emigrating to Canada in 2010. He's been a cornerstone of Victoria's Latin jazz scene ever since, running ensembles that draw from Sun, Afro-Cuban jazz, salsa, and fusion. And Jazz Fest Victoria has called him one of the best Cuban pianists of his generation. Friday's concert traces the music of the city he came from the 1920s son and danzón era through Afro-Cuban jazz, played by a musician who lived it.
Sometimes you got to dive in that ocean.
This Saturday in Victoria, poet and singer-songwriter Carol Sokoloff launches her new album, Change in the Weather. Sokoloff is a Peabody Award-winning Victoria arts figure, published poet, choral director, longtime fixture of the local music scene.
To a blossom-covered lake.
Her debut jazz album came out in 2010, and the new record took 16 years and a trip to Nashville to make, and it's a full turn.
They'll love you till the cows come home.
13 folk and country originals recorded with top session players, a long way from the American Jazz Songbook of the first record.
Cool and clear.
Grammy-winning vocalist Kurt Elling called her an intuitively gifted songwriter. Saturday is the hometown launch with the Island Dream Band.
You're my own.
Also this Saturday in Arrington, Small Town Artillery Collective plays the Arrington War Memorial Hall. The BC Rock Band is built around brothers Tom and Derek Van Dersen from Caslow. 20 years playing together, 10 as Small Town Artillery. Their sound is hard guitar riffs backed by full horn section, funky grooves, and soaring choruses. The band has been rebuilding as a collective since the death of their longtime bassist, and Saturday is one of a handful of select BC shows before they head back into the studio. Arrington Hall, homemade baked goods at the kitchen, and kids are welcome.
Well, all looks great. And speaking of great, our great Upside friends are inside the food truck at Hollywood's Getting It Done in Port Renfrew.
Yeah, you know, and they're letting me ring the order bell. Is this a two-piece up for somebody? Can you remember what's the name of this one? Amy. All right, here we go. Two-piece for Amy. Two-piece for Amy. All right, let's go. Two-piece. Oh, here we go. Where is Amy? Oh, there's. Hi, Amy. How you doing?
Hi.
Look at that.
Oh,
Enjoy
wonderful.
that, eh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. We're in Port Renfrew. This is Hollywood's Fish and Chips. Two-piece. Another order. Boy, it's good. All right. Oh, that's you guys. Okay, here we go. So the fish and chips is the local special tonight. The two-piece for the price of one. And this is just a wonderful spot to visit by. If you have never been up to Port Renfrew, make the trip. You won't regret it. It's just a beautiful chunk of the West Coast here. This is the real West Coast for sure. So we'll tell you more about this as we carry on the Upside tonight, including a chance for you to win a gift card. We'll tell you about how you can do that as well. But let's bring in that future cast and see how a bit of a slight change is going to start to happen. So there we have it. We've got low pressure now kind of moving in, and this is going to bring in some cloud and pull down some cooler air. That jet stream is kind of sloped down a little bit on us here. So cooler air coming in, maybe with some morning showers in a few spots. Should get some afternoon sunny breaks, but temperatures will be cooler around 16 and 18. We're in the low 20s again today, but that appears to be not available for at least tomorrow. All right, North Autumn, you could likely see a shower tonight. 60%, some northwest wind, 20 to 50, about the same again for tomorrow. And it's a mix in 14 for high temperatures there. As mild as 18 for Sayward, but again, there's that morning shower chance for Sayward. Into the west side now, tonight getting down to 10 degrees in cloud cover tonight. Looking at a clearing sky for tomorrow afternoon, 16 on the way for a high for Tofino and around 19 for Port Alberni. So you can see the days are a little cooler, and the sunshine will still get out, but it'll be after the morning when a few showers will pop in first off. East section, Comox Valley and Campbell River. Cloud cover will increase tonight. Showers are fairly likely here, and some northwest wind for you as well. Possible early morning shower, followed by some breaks of sun and an 18-degree high. Nanaimo, Ladysmith, and Duncan, increasing cloud overnight down to 12, and then a 30% shower chance in the morning with the afternoon breaks of sunshine at 19. Down to Greater Victoria and the rest of the southern tip, we're going to see just a couple of clouds for the early part of the evening and then increasing cloud overnight. We'll pick up probably a shower early tomorrow morning, but then we should break and see some sunshine, but only around a 17-degree high tomorrow, so that's below seasonal. About 19 up in Salt Spring, same pattern with a couple of morning showers and then some sunny breaks in the afternoon. On to BC we go. Vancouver seeing morning showers and an 18-degree high eventually with some sunshine later. Thunder showers rolling through Kelowna and Kamloops tomorrow, 23 for Kamloops. Prince George with a few showers and a few sunny spots and 15. And then Cranberry getting 24 with a couple of showers and a couple of breaks of sunshine as well for tomorrow. Across the country we go. Edmonton looking at possible thunder showers in 29. Saskatoon, it's another hot day ahead tomorrow. They had a heat warning today. They got another one for tomorrow. At 35 will feel like 39. Same for Winnipeg, 34 feeling like 37. So they'll have a yellow warning there. Saskatoon gets an orange warning, second highest for heat. Thunder Bay with possible thunder showers. Rain into Montreal at 17, and then showers for Halifax, and a few breaks of sun on a high of 10. And another chilly day for St. John's, showers and 4 degrees at best for St. John's tomorrow. All right, here's the extended look. So for the northern tip, it does stay in the cooler 14-degree range for Friday and Saturday. A few breaks of sunshine here and there among some showers on Saturday. And then the sun gets out, and then we're going to see those temperatures climb again. Monday and Tuesday, 20s and 21s in mixes of sun and cloud. A cloudy, dry day and 18 for Wednesday. Central Island, it is a shower chance for the early part of the day. Sunny breaks in the afternoon, 18 Friday, 19 in the sun Saturday. And the same deal here with a nice climb after this, so 22 followed by 26 for the start of next week. Should see a mix of sun and cloud for Tuesday and Wednesday, and overnight lows around 10 or 12. South Island, well, if we get a shower, it'll be first thing tomorrow morning, and then we should start to see some clearing in the afternoon, but it'll be a mostly cloudy day for us, a 17-degree high Friday, about the same for Saturday, less the showers, and then we'll pick up a little bit on Sunday with a 19-degree high in a mix of sun and cloud, and then Monday at 21 in the mix, 24 for Tuesday in a mix of sun and cloud, and then 21 on Wednesday. So it's gradually warming back up again into those low and mid-20s. All right, to our celebrations tonight for Country Grocer, as we say, happy anniversary, George and Iana Borodimus in Ladysmith. Happy 60th anniversary to George and Iana. Also an anniversary for Don and Margaret Best on their 60th, and Don and Margaret live in Victoria. Anniversary tonight for David and Judith Begg, 60 years together in Victoria. And an anniversary for Earl and Lana Switzer up in Nanaimo, celebrating 60 years together on their anniversary day today. Anton and Diane Dahl, happy 60th to you in Port Alberni. And now the birthdays here. We have one at 100. That's Doreen Gould and Courtney. Congratulations, Doreen. Wow, that's something. As is this next one, Sally Fridfinson, 102. And Sally lives in Nanaimo. So congratulations to everybody on behalf of Country Grocer. And, of course, all your friends here at Halliwoods lining up to get these fish and chip orders in tonight. They also do seafood. For the pets, we've got seafood, dog food here as well. So they got everybody covered. You can buy the hoodies, you can buy the hats, you can buy seafood to go, frozen prawns if you like, or scallops. It's all delicious and it's all for you here. Cooked up by this guy right here. This is Josh Walker. Josh,
yes, it is.
You're going nuts back here.
Yeah, it's busy. We got a special 2-for-1 for the locals going on. Trying to get some people in here.
So it's a good nuts. Between you and Joseph, you're handling all the cooking here, and I can see you guys are flying.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
all right.
It's busy.
Okay.
Summertime.
We'll get a little deeper into it with Josh here on the upside and tell you about how you can win that. We had 2 gift cards to give away. So details coming up, Stacey.
Fantastic. I'm sure you're not in the way at all, Ed, being inside that
No,
super
I'm
busy
sure not,
2-for-1 night food. Great eatery there. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a minute.
Checkpoint is brought to you by Traveland RV, now in the Cowichan Valley and Parksville. Get your affordable, reusable vacation today.
On Checkpoint tonight, our question, should more federal taxpayer dollars be used to subsidize BC ferries? And our web poll results show that 77% of you say yes, more federal money should be invested into BC ferries. 23% say no more money should be spent on BC ferries. Much more still to come tonight. The Upside coming to you on this Thursday from Port Renfrew. Jeff King is back after a short break.
The Real Estate Report is presented by Rennie. Make confident real estate decisions with real-time intelligence. Trusted throughout British Columbia.
BC has lost 56,700 net jobs since July 2025, marking one of the deepest and most prolonged downturns in the province in the past 50 years.
Why do I do this to myself?
Your quest starts here.
What are these?
When the trail gets tough, your boots should be tougher. Conquer every step with the Solomon Quest.
Robinson's Outdoor Store.
Everything seemed okay. I thought maybe my helmet got the worst of it, but I went in just in case. There were a lot of other patients in the ER, but they insisted on running tests. I felt fine, but the nurses wanted to keep an eye on me. That's when they found the brain bleed. I didn't realize it was an emergency. Thankfully, the nurses did.
Do your eyes itch, water, or burn? Are they constantly irritated and uncomfortable? These are symptoms of dry eye. Island Eye Care is your solution for long-term relief. Our specialized InMode treatment is a safe and highly effective solution. This non-invasive procedure targets inflammation and blocked oil glands to restore natural function. InMode's clinically proven technology is Health Canada approved. Regain your ocular health and wellness. Call Island Eye Care today.
Feel right at home with the Comfort Group.
Whether it's cold or hot outside, you need comfort inside. From Victoria to Campbell River, the Comfort Group is the name homeowners trust for total home comfort. Delivering heating and cooling built for the island climate, the Comfort Group is your local heat pump expert. Heating, cooling, and electrical. Trusted comfort for every home, for every season. The Comfort Group.
VGH Plus Hometown Heroes Lottery invites you to win with BC's Bravest. Get in early for our Heroes Bonus and you could win a Honda Civic, luxury travel, or cash. Heroes Bonus deadline May 29th. Get your tickets now at heroeslottery.com.
Now is a great time to help you set goals to help you reach financial success.
Maybe you want to reach that success by making a few updates to your home.
Or anything else you've been dreaming of accomplishing.
A Capital Direct FlexiLine can get you there.
How would you use $80,000, $280,000, or even $2.8 million?
For your best financial health, choose FlexiLine Fitness from Capital Direct.
Call us today.
CapitalDirect.ca.
New McCafe Refreshers. A rush of vibrant flavors. Icy cool and undeniably refreshing. Part of the new McCafe lineup from McDonald's.
What can custom weather protection do for you? What do you want? Custom weather protection by Pacific Awnings.
Next Jeopardy with big winnings. How's he feeling?
Immediately, pulse is up, locked in on the game, super competitive.
They're in the zone, but can they shut out the champ?
Good luck to all three of you.
Jeopardy, Monday to Saturday at 7:30 on CHEK. Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Mac Reno Design Build. Update your life with Mac. Custom high-quality design build renovations in Victoria since 1980. The Upside is brought to you by IBEW Local 230.
Well, Port Renfrew is one of the undoubtedly most beautiful spots on Vancouver Island, and that's where we'll find our Jeff King. And not only lovely natural beauty, but some pretty darn good food, it sounds like, too, Jeff.
Yeah, we are on the West Coast here. I'm telling you what, no prettier spot than Port Renfrew, and we're so happy to be here. We met Josh Walker here a couple of years ago when we did the show, and he said, I'm just opening this new business called Halliwoods, which is going to open in the next few months, and it is open, and it is fantastic. Off the hook, fish and chips. Tell us about your business. I mean, you're busy tonight, which is fantastic.
Yeah, supper time. People like their fish and chips. We're a couple years into it. Last year was our first season, and I've tried to sort of fill a void that's been here. You know, I've been doing fishing charters here for a long time, coming up the dock with all the fish. People are like, what's this? Where can I get it?
Yeah.
And haven't had a place to have that, so I'm trying to fill that up and make a place where people can get seafood. We got fresh frozen stuff, and fish and chips is the win here.
Yeah. So I mean, you got the halibut, you got salmon, the fries look fantastic. Here's the thing, because my mouth's watering right now, Josh. I've been here for two hours. I've sampled one fry, so I gotta try out the halibut here. But everyone I've spoken to just raves about it.
Yeah, that's kind of our specialty.
Fresh products.
Yeah. That's hence the Halliwoods. We're not codwoods, right?
Right.
You know, so we are promoting the halibut. We're trying to do it, mix it in with the West Coast thing, and that's what really people are after. You know, that's people. Salmon's a new thing. You know, the salmon's a new thing, but people are chasing the halibut.
Yep, 100%. The fries are great. You make the coleslaw on site.
Yep.
I mean, it's all fresh, and the locals love it. But it's the folks from Victoria. It's not that far of a drive to come out here and see you.
No, that's not. It's what people are doing is it's a day trip to Renfrew, as they know. And they're coming out to Botanical Beach, hitting low tide, and then they're hitting us up for fish and chips before or after that. Yeah,
love that. Let's show what you got in behind us as well, because not only can you get the fish and chips, but I'll bring this out as well. You've got there's that bell there.
Yeah.
What do we got?
So that's what I'm trying to do. We're trying to do fresh frozen stuff too. So we got sides of salmon, Dungeness crab. I got prawns coming. I got Fanny Bay oysters. I'm trying to keep everything local, and trying to provide a lot of people from out of country are looking for the seafood.
Yeah.
You know, they come to the West Coast. Where's the goodies? You know.
Right.
So I'm trying to have that available for them. St. Jean's products. We got torque packs. We got the dog treats.
Yeah, you do. Ed was just showing those off. I think he had a couple, just to be honest with you. A fishing chart, because that's sort of your background was being a charter fisherman, and people can hire you as well.
Yeah, so I operate for the lodge on the corner here, and I've been doing that for a long time. And, that's kind of where I come up with the idea for this thing. As I said, people are seeing the fish, you're bringing them up the dock, and they're wondering where they can get a piece of it. And now we're providing a place you can get a piece of it.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned people from out of country, so just talk to some nice people from Germany that are in here right now. They're raving about your product. So thanks for having us here tonight. I'll let you get back to the truck, because we're going to interview a couple of the local legends here in behind you. Your buddy Luke.
Luke. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Are we safe talking to Luke?
Oh, well, you're going to have to figure that out.
Okay.
This is live, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, it is live. Yeah, well, don't leave us, Josh. All right, it's Luke and Crystal back here. Now, first of all, you missed your calling, which was probably radio, Luke.
Maybe. Yes, maybe.
Those have got the big pipes. You know what they say in radio, Luke? The lower the pipes, the higher the paycheck.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but you may have eaten at my restaurant in Jordan River there, Shell's Fish and Chips. Years ago.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I have. Yeah, for sure.
And this is right up to my quality of fish.
Yeah. Crystal, tell us about the fish and chips. You love them.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's not too greasy. It's tender. It's never really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like living out here?
I wouldn't want it any other way.
No?
No, absolutely not. No.
All right, can we get, just in case something happens ahead, can we say, here's Led Zeppelin on 100.3 The Q.
Here's Led Zeppelin on 100.3 The Q.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Oh, great. Now I'm out of work.
Thanks, Luke.
Right, thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, get in there tomorrow morning at 4:30, by the way.
Yeah. The shift starts early.
You'll love the hours, and you'll hate the money.
If you want to win a couple of gift cards tonight, what are we doing? So we thought we'd do fish tales. So tell us some fishing story. Maybe you've got some wild story about something that you caught or something that got away, or what have you, as they say. Email it in, the upside at checknews.ca. We have 2 gift cards to give away here from Halliwoods, which, by the way, is a great name. I'm not sure who thought of the name, but it's fantastic. So
it is. It's good.
Good luck.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guarantee you that every fisherman out there has a good fishing tale to tell.
The one that got away and the one that didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. There you go. Looks great, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
We'll see you again next hour. Speaking of next hour, Paul is here. What's coming up at 6?
Well, coming up, we're going to have more on that teen who we know very well, who's being hailed a hero tonight. It's a great story, so that's coming up right off the top of 6. Interesting story, Canada-USA, a rivalry renewed at the World Hockey Championships. We're going to get some highlights from that, and a story that you and I have been talking about all day. The very first Ferrari EV.
I don't even know what to think about it.
A lot of people don't know what to think about it, but thankfully some people have some opinions, so we're going to hear from them as well. We're going to show you the EV, first ever 5-seater for a Ferrari. So yeah, there's a lot of things that happen around this thing, but yeah, we're going to show it to you coming up at 6.
It's still a pretty cool car.
It's cool.
Whether it's a Ferrari or not.
It's expensive. It's almost $1 million.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, just write a check for it.
That's right.
Okay. Thanks so much, Paul. Looking forward to that. That's a wrap for me. I'm Stacey Ross. Thanks for being here tonight. I hope you have a great Thursday evening. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow. Stick around, though. Paul's up next with CHEK News at 6.
One guy was unconscious and the other was bringing him to the dock.
Tonight, Prospect Lake rescue. Why local teen is being hailed a hero for his overnight actions.
These are the issues that matter to British Columbia.
Hope Springs. The ledge wraps for summer with some major issues unsettled. Plus,
I understand there's damage out there and it's just too bad.
Cedar Hill chaos. The golf course shut down indefinitely after a wild night. This is CHEK News at 6. Good evening, thank you for joining us. A Saanich teen is being hailed a hero tonight for his quick actions on Prospect Lake. A small boat packed with teens capsized in the middle of the night, but thankfully their rescuer did not hesitate. Jordan Cunningham has our top story.
You don't often hear voices on Prospect Lake late at night.
It's usually pretty quiet.
What woke Tate Commander up from a deep sleep just after midnight first seemed like the sound of kids having fun. But that changed in a heartbeat.
It took me a second. I opened up my window and I heard distressed yelling coming from the water.
What he heard was the aftermath of 5 teens packed into a tiny aluminum boat capsizing in the middle of the lake in a night of drinking. Not one was wearing a life jacket. Emma Mickelson lives next door. At first, she couldn't tell what the shouting was about.
They were saying, like, just get him above water, get him above water. One of the younger guys was trying to say.
While Emma dialed 911, Tate was already in full flight. He ran down to the dock without knowing what he'd find.
3 people still in the water. 1 person was already on our dock. 1 guy was unconscious and the other was bringing him to the dock. They were close enough that I could grab the 1 guy's wrist.
Tate grabbed hold of the lifeless body in the water and heaved him onto the dock. To say the right set of hands responded is an understatement. Tate just happens to be the Canadian powerlifting champion. He also knows CPR, but thankfully he didn't have to use it.
He was unresponsive, super shallow breathing. And then he threw up a couple times and then started breathing normally.
Relief then switched to chaos. 1 teen didn't make it to shore.
He was adamant that his friends were still in the water and he was going to stop at nothing to get them back, jumping back in the water even if he couldn't even see them.
Tate stopped the teen from jumping back into the water just as his mom made it down to the dock.
The other teens were hysterical and screaming beside themselves. They were sure their friend was dead.
CHEK viewers know Tess Van Straten from her weather reports. As paramedics and firefighters arrived, she was able to help police piece together the details, and the missing teen's truck was found nearby with wet footprints outside of it. And when Saanich police confirmed to us today that the missing boy was found safe last night,
found the other kid at 1:30 last night.
It was relief all around. If there's one takeaway, it's a visual. The only part of the boat that floated to the surface was this electric motor with a life jacket wrapped around it. Because help won't always arrive this fast.
How proud of Tate are you?
Very proud.
It's a lot to reflect on.
Thinking about how much worse it could have been.
But thankfully, wasn't.
RCMP say criminality is believed to be a factor in an early morning crash that left one person dead and 4 others injured. The single vehicle crash happened in the 9000 block of South Shore Road in Missachi Lake around 1:15 a.m. The red 2007 Honda Civic had 5 passengers. 1 died on scene. The other 4 taken to hospital in serious condition. Police are asking anyone with information about the incident to give them a call. The Victoria man accused of brutally killing his neighbor with a hatchet 3 years ago was found guilty of second-degree murder today in BC Supreme Court. Corey Sidaway has the details.
The only driving force a psychiatric doctor identified to explain why Michael King attacked his Cook Street Village neighbor with a hatchet to the head in March of 2023 was anger. King was inconsistent in acknowledging that anger, but admitted to forensic psychiatrists that his rage for his neighbor, 70-year-old Michael Jones, had been intensifying in the weeks and days before King killed him. King's anger with Jones seems to revolve mostly around Jones's loud TV, coughing, and his smoking indoors. On March 6, 2023, when Jones was sitting on the bed, King attacked Jones with a hatchet, delivering at least 5 blows to the head. Despite significant medical intervention, Jones died 9 days later. At trial, King's defense pushed for a manslaughter verdict rather than second-degree murder, which made intent a core feature of the case. King's defense argued that his mental state was impaired by his mental health and drugs. King testified the morning of the attack he'd taken over-the-counter sleeping pills, magic mushrooms, and chlorobutanol, a distillation of alcohol that can have a sedative effect that King made at home. They also tried to argue he was in psychosis, having been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. But the forensic psychiatrist wasn't able to directly link King's violent actions to psychotic symptoms on the exact day of Jones's murder. The judge also didn't buy the explanation. Instead, she relied on CCTV footage showing King minutes after he'd killed his neighbor, displaying efficiency and focus, not of someone inebriated or experiencing psychotic symptoms. The justice ultimately found that King had murderous intent. After she read her decision, Jones's sister told me nobody deserves that treatment. A date for King's sentencing will be set next month.
Well, an unsolved double murder case in Nanaimo nearly 70 years ago is going back under the microscope. The victim's great-great-granddaughter is trying to find justice, saying the crime has haunted her family for decades. Here's Sky Ryan.
Visiting this Nanaimo cemetery is as close as Shauna Cowenberg will ever get to meeting her great-great-grandparents.
This is their resting place. Curly and Lizzie,
whose unsolved double murder south of Nanaimo nearly 70 years ago has haunted their living family for generations.
They were murdered in their home. Horrible.
It's almost like there's an open wound.
Yeah, definitely. It was just kind of one of those things that you didn't talk about. It didn't seem like anyone in our family was ever pressing for answers.
They lived here in peaceful South Wellington, not far from where this 42-year-old Nanaimo mom and office worker lives now. And she wants to solve what happened to Andrew and Elizabeth Kostenuk, known as Curly and Lizzie, on the night of June 26, 1959.
They killed Elizabeth first, and then it was like 6 or 7 hours later, they waited, and then they murdered Andrew.
Curly, seen here on the right, worked in the mines, and she raised their children in their South Wellington Road home and loved to go to bingo.
You know, people didn't lock their doors back then. It was safe.
Newspaper clippings show the Kostenuk's murders dominated RCMP attention for months, yet no one was ever charged, and as the years went by, it slowly drifted from the pages.
It looks like the last time anyone looked into the case was like 87.
Until now. Port Alberni podcaster and investigative reporter Laura Palmer is focusing her new season of Island Crime on this cold case, and episode 1 launches Friday.
There had been no murders like this in living memory. Residents tell reporters that fear settled over the community almost immediately.
Now versus back then, I think there's a good possibility of finding some answers, even if there's not, justice and
which Cowenberg says is motivating her to keep digging into a crime that shaped her family's history and help Curly and Lizzie finally rest in peace.
City of Langford issued a shelter-in-place order for residents in the 1100 and 1200 blocks of Goldstream Avenue today for a gas leak. Fortis BC says the incident was caused by damage to a gas main by an external party. Fortis says crews got the gas flow under control. About 2 hours later, the shelter-in-place has been lifted, and Goldstream Avenue does remain closed with repairs to the gas main underway. The Supreme Court of Canada has upheld a ruling that Aboriginal title can not be declared over private land. A decision the feds say will have an impact on the Cowichan Tribes case. The Supreme Court of Canada refused to hear an appeal from a First Nation in New Brunswick. That case involved a lower court ruling that said recognizing Aboriginal title over privately owned land could, quote, sound the death knell of reconciliation with non-Indigenous Canadians. That stands in sharp contrast to a landmark ruling involving Cowichan Tribes here in BC. In that case, a BC Supreme Court judge found Aboriginal title could be considered a senior interest over Crown, city, and even privately owned land along the Fraser River. The province, along with several other parties, including the city of Richmond, is now appealing that decision. Now, speaking of big issues, BC politicians wrapped up the spring session of the BC legislature today with many things unsettled. For more on that, let's go to Rob Shaw, who's at the Ledge tonight. Rob, the NDP would have a much longer answer to this, but what was actually accomplished in this session?
Yeah, well, Paul, you know, when you have a one-vote majority government, just surviving is an accomplishment. And indeed, the NDP managed to survive. They got the budget passed by a couple votes just a few minutes ago here and ended the spring session of the legislature. But outside of that, 14 bills this spring, they were mostly pretty tame, like allowing online driver license renewals and creating protest bubble zones around places of worship. The most controversial, changes to the FOI law that government said are for efficiency, but critics say will let it refuse more information. And one bill today, the passage of the Comox First Nation Treaty, also controversial because neighboring nations say their overlapping territory is being claimed. But the NDP government nonetheless passed that through this afternoon. A bunch of other things. Here's Government House Leader Mike Farnworth.
Hundreds of thousands of people now have a family doctor who didn't used to have a family doctor. Focusing on housing, where we're seeing rents coming down significantly in Vancouver, almost by 20%. We're seeing in terms of housing starts up 20% over last year. These are the issues that matter to British Columbia, and that's what we were very much focused on this session.
The biggest issue of the session was Indigenous reconciliation, specifically the fallout of the Cowichan and DRIPA court rulings and private property. The NDP government had no solutions or legislation on either of those, with the Premier backtracking from his promise to amend DRIPA after he lost the confidence of his caucus and pushed that whole showdown to the fall. The opposition hammered that issue all session, vowing to repeal DRIPA. Here's Leader Trevor Halford.
You know, I firmly believe that it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And when I first stood in front of you guys in January with our House Leader, Alia Warbus, we talked about the necessity to repeal DRIPA. And our position has never changed. And part of the challenge is that the NDP's position, the Premier's position, has changed multiple times. And I think that's added to the level of chaos that we see today.
The final day for Halford, the interim leader for the Conservatives. He replaced John Rustad, who was declared professionally incapacitated by his caucus and his party in December. Halford has stabilized. The Conservatives got them back to kind of an even keel here, Paul, as we head into the BC Conservative leadership race on Saturday. Whoever wins that race will inherit a party in pretty good condition and get ready to take it into the fall when the legislature comes back in October. Paul?
You know what, Rob, speaking of being professional, you were doing that hit while it sounds like they're having a wrap-up party at the Ledge right now.
I don't know anything about wrap-up parties. I'm here telling you the news in a very professional way. I'm not partying, just newsing.
Just newsing, yeah, news you lose. Good stuff. Thanks, Rob. We'll check in again very soon. Well, just ahead of our first check-in with the Upside, a big shout-out to the Island Kids Cancer Association. The organization held their 5th annual golf tournament at Cordova Bay yesterday. I was honored to play a small role as the live auctioneer, also playing for Team Bananas. Our whole team wore matching banana shirts, of course. They're still finalizing the numbers, but the event raised about $150,000, which is an incredible cause A huge congratulations to all the staff, volunteers, and sponsors who made it an unforgettable day. There's our banana shirts. And guys, I know it's close to your heart as well because Island Kids Cancer Association, that's the benefactor of your end-to-end ride, right?
Yeah, which is creeping up dangerously close. We're going to get on the bikes on the 16th of that's
You're
soon.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm a wreck.
You're biking back to Victoria from Renfrew tomorrow, aren't you?
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll just bike home. That should get me in tune for that. Well, good job. That's a great amount of money to raise there.
Sure is.
I love the banana shots or the banana shirts. Very, very appealing. Did you think? Oh, please.
Go wait in the car.
I might have to. Before I do that, let me do this. You know, Spam-A-Lot, the great production, Kalenko Productions, bringing yet another Broadway production to our city at the Royal Theatre on the 28th of August. 5 shows. It's a quick run here, and this is going to be an outstanding. I mean, this production has won all kinds of awards, and of course is based on Monty Python and the Holy Grail. If you'd like to win some producer seats.
What?
We have 4 producer seats that you could win simply by going to our website, checknews.ca. You'll see the big banner that says contest. Click on that, then click on Spam-A-Lot, fill out the form, and we wish you good luck.
Yeah, that's for opening night on August the 28th. But it's a big night here in Renfrew and a big night at Hollywood's Fish and Chips.
Here it comes.
We met Josh last year. There's Josh Walker. Look at him. He's so slick just walking in with the big order. What do we got here, Josh?
We got a two-piece salmon right there. That's how we roll.
That's the salmon fish and chips. So
yes, it is.
You have an option of salmon or halibut? Or?
Salmon, cod, and halibut. 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece.
Those are not small pieces.
They're not.
No, and they're not triangular like the ones I used to buy when I was
that one's kind of a little bit, the tail piece here. We got tail piece and a
the Highliner that you used to buy.
Triangular fish, for sure.
You make your own coleslaw here as well.
Yeah, so we make and mix our own coleslaw.
Okay. All right, hey, don't give any secrets away. We don't give any secrets away.
Although
here.
the batter is a bit of a secret, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, Grandma's recipe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you got a great staff. You got Joseph back there working the food, and you've got Sarah there on the other end taking the orders. So you've got a good team.
100%.
And you need that because you're busy tonight.
100%. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, good seeing you, Josh. We're going to dig into this in just a little bit. By the way, Josh is a charter fisherman, and he took us out earlier today.
Yeah.
And when we brought our gear out,
and I think we.
I don't know.
You got us snagged.
We just didn't have the.
We got skunked, and I just don't know why.
Needed a little heavier line. I think.
We're using the wrong gear.
You didn't pay the premium package. That's why. Your budget. You're running budget.
Yeah, we're good at fishing for compliments. That's usually our.
That was your old line.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. All right.
There we go. Hollywood's open
11 to 7 daily through the summer, May through October.
Right, and people can still hire you. You have the real gear. You can take them out fishing as well.
Yeah. So you can get a hold of me or at the West Coast Trail or Wild Coast Wilderness Resort. Get a hold of those guys or just come to town and ask for me.
And ask for Josh Walker. He's the guy in town. All right, Josh, thanks for having us out here tonight.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Sorry we didn't get anything with this. I was good. If I yanked one up, I was going to go, oh my God, I got one.
Okay,
now
when
we get out of town,
we're going to go wait in the car. Both of us are going to go wait in the car.
You know what? Joking aside, those kids' rods, they work great for ice fishing. Anyone who's gone ice fishing, they're perfect. Yeah, good size. You might want to take the plastic fish off.
You know what we called it in Saskatchewan, Paul?
What's that?
Ice drinking.
There's a bit of that as well. All right, good stuff, guys. We'll check it again very soon. Coming up, the Island MP calling on Ottawa over BC ferries. Plus,
we were looking forward to another good round, but something happened.
Chaos on course, the wild events that played out at Cedar Hill Wednesday night. We're back in 90 seconds.
Canadian dollar was up to 72.42 US. The TSX gained about 106 points. The Dow added almost 25. The Nasdaq in the green about 243. Gold increased 50.90 an ounce, and oil rose 22 cents to 88.90 a barrel.
At Jenner, it's our promise to give your family the best deal from the best people on a new Chevrolet Bolt or Equinox EV. Our 45th anniversary continues to go green at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old on-highway.
Get a local and personal experience when you invest with Cooper Pacific.
Our funds provide you with income and growth options that help secure your retirement.
Trust a family business with a legacy of experience and stability.
Visit cooperpacific.ca.
Today's Dodgecast is going to be hot, really hot, with a 100% chance of sizzling summer savings.
Dodge delivers.
Your local Vancouver Island furniture store with the very best in quality, selection, and customer experience. It's worth the drive to Dodds.
Morning, James.
A good day's work means helping Dana find everything he needs for his customer's new fence, checking off the list for Marcel's new paint project, and assisting Brent to stock plumbing parts for his apartment complex. Being independent means listening to our customers and stocking those hard-to-find products. For those who wish they'd come here first, Castle Building Centers, proudly independent.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Island Eye Care, Victoria's dry eye treatment center. Do your eyes itch, water, or burn? Discover the long-term relief you deserve. Say goodbye to dry eye.
When local news matters the most, CHEK now sends updates right to your inbox. Local news, local events, local people, 7 days a week. Subscribe on checknews.ca. Proudly supported by Bathfitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
From provinces and territories to the federal government, we are working together to protect Canadians.
Ottawa providing an update today on the wildfire outlook for the summer, with federal officials telling people in BC to brace for another challenging season. It's not expected to be record-breaking yet, but with hot, dry conditions already, things are expected to ramp up in June. The feds have leased 10 new firefighting air tankers and heavy lift choppers that can be called on by provinces and territories as needed. Well, Cedar Hill Golf Course in Saanich is closed indefinitely after chaos broke out on Wednesday night. A stolen truck drove onto the course, then was set on fire, with 2 police cruisers getting struck as well. Here's Chattis Leo.
That was close.
Today was the perfect day to be on the links. The only problem? The Cedar Hill Golf Course is closed after a truck was stolen and then later set on fire in the middle of the green.
We were looking forward to another good round, but something happened.
We were going to golf, and then the parking lot was empty, which was kind of a sign of there's something going on.
The Saanich Police Patrol and the Integrated Canine Service responded to a report of a stolen vehicle. That vehicle was later found in the area of the Cedar Hill Golf Course and eventually on the Cedar Hill Golf Course and on fire.
By 10:30 this morning, the burnt truck was taken off the course, leaving behind glass and ashes and severe damage on the green. Police say the truck was stolen from the 600 block of Jolly Place in Victoria around 9 Wednesday night. Shortly after, officers spotted the vehicle at the Cedar Hill Recreation Center and tried to stop it. The driver then sped off right onto the course, hitting 2 police vehicles in the process. No injuries were reported. At that point, police decided not to pursue, instead choosing to contain the area.
Which ended up being the correct decision, calling in the Integrated Canine Service and then locating the accused hiding adjacent to the vehicle in the bushes.
Police believe the suspect set the truck on fire before hiding. 35-year-old Bronston Barry is now facing 5 charges.
The accused is in custody in the Victoria Courthouse, awaiting to see a judge, facing numerous criminal charges, including theft of vehicle, arson, mischief, and flight from police.
In a statement, the District of Saanich says staff are still assessing the damage and couldn't say when the course could reopen or how much the damage might cost to repair. With the burnt truck gone, all that remains is a black stain, broken glass, and golfers wondering what to do instead.
So I don't know where we'll go. The pubs aren't open yet, so I don't know what we'll do.
Golfers can log on to the District of Saanich website for updates about when the course will reopen. None of the charges against Barry have been proven in court.
Well, the Vancouver Island MP is calling on Ottawa to give BC ferries more money. Gord John says it's high time to make ferry travel more equitable across the country. Here's Kendall Hansen.
It's been almost 2 months since BC Ferries increased its prices by 3.2%. It now costs $110 one way for a vehicle and driver between Vancouver Island and the mainland.
That's one of the main reasons I don't come over anymore, is the cost of the ferries.
It's so expensive.
Yep. way too expensive.
Contrast that to the 75-minute ferry between Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. A vehicle and driver there costs $48 round trip.
When you look at per passenger subsidy, on the East Coast they're getting about $291 per passenger. In BC it's about $1.63 in terms of federal subsidies.
Yesterday, Johns argued for ferry parity in Parliament.
The issue is that Vancouver Islanders are asking why essential marine highways on the West Coast aren't treated with the same level of federal importance. The federal government keeps pointing to constitutional agreements signed more than 80 years ago and funding formulas created nearly 50 years ago when Vancouver Island had about 450,000 residents.
Perhaps not surprisingly, this is an issue on Vancouver Island that crosses party lines.
Yeah, look, I think Gord made some good points. It's completely unfair that we aren't getting the same level of funding from the federal government for the exact same service that is being delivered out east.
Bottom line, I agree with Gord, we're getting a raw deal. So I would structure it around how has the world changed between 1867 and 2026. Number one, BC negotiated on the basis of railways. Where's the Island Railway?
The two Liberal MPs on Vancouver Island were unavailable for on-camera interviews today. In a statement, Victoria MP Will Greaves says he agrees that the island was overlooked for too long, saying he shares the same frustrations as Johns. Greaves says the disparity in federal support compared to the East is real and long-standing, and is an issue he's raised himself. He does say he's proud that the Canada Infrastructure Bank is loaning $1 billion in low-interest financing to replace BC Ferry's oldest vessels. Whether the debate sparked by the Courtney Alberni MP will lead to any change on just how much we pay to ride BC ferries, yet to be seen.
I'm Ed Bain. Your full island forecast is on the way. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. 19 in a mix for Oslo, Norway today. Over in Alberta, Banff was showery and 20. And 17 in clouds for Auckland, New Zealand.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Why do I do this to myself?
Your quest starts here.
What are these?
When the trail gets tough, your boots should be tougher. Conquer every step with the Solomon Quest.
Robinson's Outdoor Store.
I understand, that's okay. Thank you so much for your time anyway, though.
We're all working hard to get ahead. That's why we're introducing the new Van City, to build a brighter future for you and for everyone. So join us.
Make gardening and composting simpler and easier with community composting. They provide you with a yard container, you drop in organic waste, they empty the container, and every 4 weeks you receive a bag of composted soil. Simple, easy. Sign up today, communitycomposting.ca.
For those families that are worried about their loved ones and how they can age in place, by choosing Cherish, where aging in place is possible, and actually not only possible, but encouraged, is a relief. It's a burden that can be taken off, knowing that your loved one can be taken care of right here. The support that Cherish has given to people to allow them to stay here is more valuable than just about anything when it comes to our families.
Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic. 4 convenient locations with one commitment, your optimal hearing health. Our team of hearing professionals have advanced university-level training and are experts at diagnosing and treating hearing loss, balance disorders, and tinnitus. We seek to improve your quality of life with a solution tailored to you. Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic.
Trust the friendly, local, and reliable pros at Red Blue Heating and Refrigeration, offering Greater Victoria top-notch HVAC services. With Fujitsu heat pumps, save up to $16,000 in rebates. Visit redbluehvac.com and take control of your home comfort.
What summer activities could accidentally make you a criminal? Plus, will the FIFA World Cup leave Vancouver with a lasting legacy or just a massive bill for taxpayers? It's our season finale, so join me, Mo Amir, on This is Van Color tonight at 9 on CHEK.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Connie LeBeau Homes.
Helping you make the right move.
Oh boy, a motorcyclist arrested in central Saanich after getting stuck between concrete barriers while trying to flee from police. Police got reports of a reckless rider, and when they arrived, the motorcyclist refused to stop, trying to escape down some concrete barriers. Problem is, the barriers got narrow, and that bike got stuck. Oh boy, a 24-year-old is now facing charges. I think Jay Leno might have a field day with that one as we turn things back over to Mr. Ed Bain. And oh, you're actually working tonight, Eddie.
Well, you know what? They've taken me off bell duty. I was on bell duty a little earlier, but I was overdoing the bell. I was over-ringing it, so as I tend to do. So now Sarah's handling the bell and dishing out the great orders here of fish and chips at Hollywood's Fish and Chips in Port Renfrew. It gets no more West Coast than here in beautiful Port Renfrew. And you can have the fish and chips in salmon. You can have it, of course, in halibut or cod or just the fish or just the fries, whatever you like. Joseph will get it done for you. Let's bring Joseph in here. All right, buddy. You've been doing this a long time, right?
Yes, yeah.
How many years?
15 years,
15?
about that.
So it's also crisp and delicious. So what is the trick now to get that just right?
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. Don't rush it.
I don't know. Don't rush it. Takes about 6 minutes.
Well, it's and what do you sell most of? You? I mean, you got salmon, cod, and halibut. Is halibut the king?
Halibut. It's in the name.
Well, it's in the name. Right. Hey, by the way, who came up with the name? Is that you, Josh?
You know what? That used to be my old handle on the water. It used to be Hollywood's because I used to catch the big halibut. It was Hollywood, but I turned it into Hollywood.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier I thought it was Hollywood, and I actually booked a trip this afternoon and had to cancel that.
I got to shout out Mike Hovey for that one.
For the name?
For the name.
All right, nice job, Mike. Is Mike eating free here now?
Yeah, Mike does a lot of free things here.
I got a friend like that too. Hey, Jeff. Okay, let's get to the future cast tonight and take a look at what's coming up in the next couple of days. Bit of a change up here. So we've got the jet stream just down a little bit, so the cooler air is coming in. Got a low pressure system just off sort of central BC, a little bit closer to the coastline. It's pushing in some cloud cover and a couple of occasional showers here and there for tomorrow morning. So temperatures will be cooler, 16s to 18s ahead, but then they're going to climb again after that as we get into the weekend. So we will lay all that out in our extended forecast here shortly. But in the meantime, we'll take the island on and go north to south as we always do. Showers chance at 60% tonight for the north. Down to 9, some northwest wind tonight and again tomorrow. About 14 at best for Port Hardy, Port McNeil, and Port Alice. Around 18 and a few morning showers and a few afternoon sunny spots for Seward. Tofino looks to be cloud covered and a little breezy tonight from the northwest. It should clear off tomorrow morning and then get to about a 16-degree high. A little warmer, but kind of the same pattern for the overnight period for Port Alberni. Some showers overnight and then a few showers to start the morning and moving to about a 19-degree high after that. East section now, the Comox Valley and Campbell River. Increasing cloud, shower chance pretty likely. Wind from the northwest. And tomorrow morning, same deal. Maybe a couple of showers to start off, and in the afternoon, you should see occasional sunny spots at 18. Nanaimo, Ladysmith, and Duncan. Increasing cloud overnight tonight, down to 12. Maybe a morning shower tomorrow, then eventually a 19-degree high. So that is just ahead of the seasonal numbers for this time of the year. 18 is normal. Down to the southern tip, it's increasing cloud overnight tonight, so a 12-degree drop followed by about a 17-degree high tomorrow, so that's below seasonal. Morning showers fairly likely, 17 here, about 19 up on Salt Spring Island or over on Salt Spring Island for Friday. Onto the BC map we go. A couple of active spots here through Kamloops and Kelowna. That low pressure kicking up a couple of thunder showers for Kamloops and the same for Kelowna. 23 for Kamloops tomorrow. About 18 for Vancouver. Same deal. A few morning showers and a few afternoon sunny breaks. Cranbrook moves to about 24 tomorrow in a mix and a couple of morning showers. And up in Prince George, it's 15 tomorrow. Same deal. Morning showers, afternoon sunny breaks. Now, across the country, thunder showers rolling through Edmonton tomorrow at 29 degrees. Big heat here. Saskatoon, Saskatoon, Regina, Winnipeg, all with heat warnings, an orange warning up for Saskatoon. 39 is what that 35 is going to feel like there. Same deal for Winnipeg. Their 34 will feel like 37 with the humidex factored in. So a hot day in the Peg. Thunder Bay with some thunder showers in 29. Rain for Montreal in 17. And in showers into Halifax. Again, another chilly day for St. John's at 4 degrees. All right, here's the extended look. So we talked about temperatures recovering here, and they will down the road. But as far as tomorrow and Saturday goes, 14-degree highs at best both of those days. A few showers here and there Saturday for the North Autumn. Then the sun gets out, 16 Sunday, 20 on Monday, and then 21 again in a mix on Tuesday. Cloudy and 18 now for you on Wednesday. We'll see the similar pattern show up here for the Central Autumn. It's 18 tomorrow, so a couple of morning showers to start. Full sunshine, mind you, for Saturday, and then the climb is on. Low 20s Sunday, mid-20s on Monday, 24 for Tuesday. Wednesday also a nice mix of sun and cloud, and 21. So the cooler temperatures are short-lived. And for the South Autumn, a morning shower tomorrow for us here in the southern tip, and then about a 17-degree high eventually. Looks like a mix on the way for Saturday and Sunday. 19 here for highs by the end of the weekend. And then the 21s and 24s start to show up here with a mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday we stay cloud covered and 21. So that's the way it looks. And the way it looks out here on the beautiful west coast of Vancouver Island at Port Renfrew. We're here at Hollywood's Fish and Chips tonight, where they're continuing to roll it out. Big local special tonight to get 2 pieces for the price of 1. So it's a good deal. We've had hundreds coming through here tonight, and for good reason. It is delicious. Paul, I wish there's a way you could sample this. Well, maybe I don't. I'll sample it for you and let you know. How's that?
I trust your judgment, yeah. Oh, even just smell-o-vision. I could smell it right there. A little bit of vinegar. Oh,
yeah.
Looks incredible.
So good.
Good stuff, Eddie. We'll check in again very soon. Coming up, an adorable diving lesson for tonight's Smile of the Day. Plus.
Is this the first 4-door Ferrari?
Electric Avenue. Ferrari unveils its first ever EV. We're going to show it to you ahead.
The Real Estate Report is presented by Rennie. Make confident real estate decisions with real-time intelligence. Trusted throughout British Columbia.
BC has lost 56,700 net jobs since July 2025, marking one of the deepest and most prolonged downturns in the province in the past 50 years.
We live here, we work here.
And we care about getting your move right.
You Move Me provides big-hearted service.
With friendly, uniformed professional movers.
A stress-free move is within your reach.
Book your best move ever at youmoveme.com.
Before this happens to you, bring your boat back to life with Sherwood Marine. Sherwood Marine Center has select Suzuki outboards priced to move. Save up to $1,500 or get financing as low as 0.99% on motors over 30 horsepower, plus a 6-year warranty. And additional discounts on older stock Suzuki outboards. Repower your boat with Suzuki, the ultimate outboard motor. Visit Sherwood Marine Center on Oldfield Road at Keating Crossroads, because life's better on a boat.
VGH Plus Hometown Heroes Lottery invites you to win with BC's Bravest. Get in early for our Heroes Bonus and you could win a Honda Civic, luxury travel, or cash. Heroes Bonus deadline May 29th. Get your tickets now at heroeslottery.com.
Feel right at home with the Comfort Group.
Whether it's cold or hot outside, you need comfort inside. From Victoria to Campbell River, the Comfort Group is the name homeowners trust for total home comfort. Delivering heating and cooling built for the island climate, the Comfort Group is your local heat pump expert. Heating, cooling, and electrical. Trusted comfort for every home, for every season. The Comfort Group.
Natural Factors Women's Ultimate Probiotic comes in 3 strengths, 12, 25, and 55 billion CFUs. Its unique formula uses probiotic strains to support gut, vaginal, and urinary tract health for overall wellness. Available lifestyle markets dedicated to wellness in our community.
You may ask, what is Fern & Crow? Well,
They're cute, comfy, crazy, educational, eco-friendly, enlightening, artistic, amusing, naughty, hilarious, personal, practical, retro, gourmet, stylish, and sparkly. They are your one-stop local gift shop. Unique gifts for every occasion. Every visit is an adventure in itself. In the Saanich Centre and Cadbro Bay Village, Fern and Crow, Victoria. Escape the ordinary.
You navigate your global life without a second thought. Morning here, night there, and still finding time for Bhangra and Bachata. Your life connects everywhere at once. Sending money should feel just as seamless to yourself, your family, and your business partners. Remitly was built to keep up with your global life, so you can navigate all your worlds knowing your money is right there, or there, where you need it to be. Remitly, trusted by millions to send billions worldwide.
Hi everyone, I'm David Foster, and this August I'm coming home to Victoria, and you're all invited. Please join me and some very special friends in the Inner Harbor as we celebrate 40 years of the David Foster Foundation. It's going to be a free, unforgettable night of music. It's our way of saying thank you to this incredible community and to the families we've supported together. Come on out and enjoy some incredible performances celebrating inspiration and resilience. Watch CHEK for more details, and I will see you this August.
The Upside is brought to you by IBEW Local 230.
I'm a guy with two British parents. We take fish and chips very seriously, and I can tell Ian and Beth would very much approve of Hollywood's, Jeff.
Yeah, they would for sure, and so would you, Paulie. What I'm sort of shaky on is the drive out here, being that prairie guy. Yeah. That drive to Renfrew. I don't know. I'm staying tonight because I can't make it. I can't make it back in one shot. But I'm going to sit and enjoy some Hollywood's fish and chips as soon as we wrap up here right now. Josh Walker's the owner, and I was saying last hour how we met you down at the government dock last year, and you were, or a couple of years ago, you were like, I'm about to open up Hollywood's. You already had some of the merch ready, and here soft opening. Yeah, soft opening a year and a half before. How's it been?
It's been better than expected. I mean, last year was the first year, and I can't believe how well it was received, especially from the locals. I've had a lot of support from the locals, which shout out to all the locals here. They pump it for me, and they come down here and support it a lot. Yeah. So I'm thrilled about that. Of course, Renfrew's getting beyond the map a little more. We got Botanical Beach happening. We've got a lot of Europeans, a lot of Americans rolling through, and our location is really what's doing it for us here. So they're smelling the grease and they're stopping in for a snack.
Yeah, well, and as they should. I mean, and you're talking about the locals supporting you, but you support the locals as well.
I try to run specials when I can. Yeah, I was supposed to give away some T-shirts tonight, but I never.
You were too busy.
I was too busy.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, you're buying local products as well. You're buying from the local fishers whenever you can.
100%. I'm trying to keep everything local and sustainable and wild as best I can. I'm trying to use stuff from. I got a little St. Jean's set up. I've got local crab right out of the bay here, prawns, fresh frozen stuff to go, and then all my fish and chips I'm sourcing as local as I can. It's tough because we're running through a pile of stuff, I'm getting it where I can get it from.
Yeah. Ed and I noticed when we pulled up here, the place is just spotless. It's immaculate, and it's really a comfortable place to sit and have lunch or dinner.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's important. People, when they come up, they want to shop here because they see it's clean, it's new. Sometimes you see the food trailers or trucks, and there's a guy spinning around on roller skates in there. We got lots.
Oh, I'd love to see you in roller skates, though, Josh. Don't kid yourself.
Well, you're staying the night, aren't
you? Okay, good one. You're selling frozen products as well. I mean, fresh frozen products.
Yeah, fresh frozen products like prawn tails. Like I said, local crab. Scallops, we got Fanny Bay oysters. I'm trying to compile stuff from the island that people can get. There's a lot of Airbnbs, vacation rentals here. People not only want to stay here and eat food, they're looking for stuff to cook in their accommodations, and they want seafood. They come to a port town. Where's the fish?
Right. 100%. And then lastly, I mean, your background is being a charter. Doing charters, taking people out fishing, and you're still doing that as well. I mean, you're sought after, but you work for the business right next door, but people can ask for Josh Walker to take them out on the water.
Yeah, get a hold of me, look me up on Hollywoods.com, or get a hold of the resort. I'm pretty booked up.
Oh, yeah?
I keep pretty busy with it, but get a hold of me and we'll squeeze you in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Thanks for having us, buddy.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see the roller skates later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, we'll get on a greasy floor, too, eh?
I don't know what to expect here tonight.
You were roller derby at one time, Josh?
Is this the pole guy with the plastic pole?
Skinny Minnie Miller here.
Yeah, Skinny Minnie Miller. That's right. Yeah.
Formerly Skinny Minnie Miller. We're giving away a couple $50 gift cards tonight. We wanted people to, and you still can, send in your best fish story.
Yeah, fishtails.
Or fishtails, right. So what do you got?
Well, I got one from Susan here who says, when I was a teenager, I caught the first sockeye salmon in our family, and my dad fished this area his whole life. So he was skunked his whole life, and Susan dropped in the line once, and I got a sockeye.
Oh, nice.
So, P.S., we're heading up to Port Renfrew tomorrow and doing the circle route. So the circle route, you know what the circle route is?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
you must have roller skated that, haven't you?
I have, yeah. She's a tough one coming up from Soup, though.
Especially in those shorty shorts. And those shorty shorts you wear, too.
Yes, what, you already saw those?
Yeah, I saw those hanging in there.
Let's just move
exactly.
on.
Let's keep her going. The upside of CHEKnews.ca, you can still send in your fishtails, and we'll draw a couple $50 gift cards. And before we get into too much trouble, let's go to tonight's Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
You don't have to wait any longer. Call and get in today. If we can help, we'd like to.
Let mommy go.
2, 3.
Feet left.
Go ahead, Win.
Okay, now Winston goes and you wink.
Go ahead, Deke.
For tonight's Smile, a young man still grasping the art of the dive. Older brother's a little bit better, but the little guy, he's going to be a future belly flop champ, I think. 10 out of 10 for style points, pal, and that is your Smile of the Day. I'm just wondering proximity of where you guys are. Kind of close to like Coastal Kitchen Cafe, right? Along that stretch?
Right next door.
Okay.
And
right on the main drag as you come in.
Right, and 1 kilometer from the government dock. So it's you come right by it if you're heading down to the government dock, or if you're heading down to go to Botanical Beach. So you're going to pass by Halliwoods on the way.
But
stop in.
Don't pass by.
No.
In.
Stop in.
Follow the yellow line from Soup.
Right. I want to give a shout out over there. Brent and Velvet, give us a wave over there, because I'm fortunate enough to camp at China Beach each year.
Nice.
And Velvet runs the show out there. And Velvet is smooth. And Brent does a lot. Works for Parks out here as well, and he does a lot of the maintenance and that sort of thing. So great people.
Is his campsite nice and clean when he checks out? Yeah. Just
Thanks,
about
Brent.
15 garbage bags full of empties.
Hey, he can lie for you, too. That's good.
Isn't it? That's what you want.
Great stuff tonight, guys. Enjoy Renfrew. We'll check it again very soon. Coming up, a very cool shout-out for the BC Lions. Plus,
Celebrating, walks in and shoots, scores!
rivalry renewed. Canada and USA square off at the World Hockey Championships. We got some highlights next.
Charlie's having a friend over.
Aww.
Yo, we brought chips. Just a few more kids.
Enjoy.
You know we can see you, right?
Teens might not care if you protect your home, but we do. Claims-free homeowners save more. Just one of many ways TD Insurance helps you save. It's how we're making insurance more human.
Across BC, we're preparing for wildfire together. In areas at risk, people are making grab-and-go bags and emergency plans for all family members. Others are clearing brush and putting in fire-resistant plants. And everyone can be prepping for smoke, staying informed, and traveling responsibly. The government of BC is working with wildfire experts and communities to be prepared. So join us. Together, we'll be wildfire ready.
Here we go. Bacon cheddar burger. Pirate pie.
Yar! That's for you. Actually, Dad got it last time, so... Here, Dad.
Cool. I'm green.
Who am I? Uncle Terry.
Quality family time isn't always easy to come by, but it is at White Spot.
Red Blue Heating and Refrigeration is your local and experienced go-to team for quality heating and cooling services in Greater Victoria. Upgrade to a Fujitsu heat pump and get up to $16,000 in rebates. Get yours today at redbluehvac.com.
Play big with VGH Plus Hometown Heroes Lottery and win big with our biggest grand prize ever, including $2.3 million in tax-free cash. Tickets are 4 for $85, and you could be our next multimillionaire. Buy now for the $64,000 Heroes bonus and win your choice from a new car, luxury travel, or cash. Plus, there's 6 additional winners. Heroes bonus deadline Friday. Win with BC's bravest. Do it for VGH plus you.
Kearney, Polyev, Lewis, Ottawa. How is this going to work? I'm Carol Taylor. Join me on Journal.
Thursdays at 9:30 on CHEK.
Shocking news from the hockey world tonight. 4-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has died at the age of 60. Lemieux was just honored on Monday in Montreal, carrying the ceremonial torch ahead of Game 3. He played for 6 different teams over 21 seasons, but started in Quebec. The Canadiens released a statement today saying it's a dark day for both the franchise and the entire hockey world. According to authorities, it was death by suicide.
Drops that back. Here's Celebrini with time. Celebrini walks in and shoots, scores!
Canada facing Team USA in the quarterfinals today, the World Hockey Championships in Switzerland. Macklin Celebrini opening the scoring in the first. Hot shot there. The red and white are going to keep rolling in the second. Dylan Holloway gets a couple of cracks at this one. That makes it 2-0 for the boys in red and white. Then Sidney Crosby adds one of 2 empty netters. Jack Reeves gets the shutout. 4-0 is your final. Canada will face Finland in the semis on Saturday. Well, quite the news in the car world tonight. Ferrari has unveiled its first fully electric vehicle this week. It's the company's first ever 5-seater and costs almost $1 million.
Ferrari has always sold more than just cars. It sells speed, status, Italian glamour, and the promise that somewhere underneath all of that red paint lies an engine waiting to be unleashed. But this week here in Rome, Ferrari unveiled something entirely different. Its first fully electric car. It's called Luce, which in Italian means light, and even Pope Leo got a look.
Is this the first 4-door Ferrari?
First 5-seater.
First 5-seater.
Yeah.
Yes, the first 5-seat Ferrari, created with the help of Johnny Ive, who's the designer behind the iMac, the iPhone, and the iPad, which may explain some of the reaction here in Italy. Online Ferrari fans say Luce is really more Apple mouse than Italian stallion. It's pale blue, it's round and glassy, and it even has room for the kids. Not exactly the low-slung, growling, racing red Ferrari of old. But Ferrari chief designer says, if you innovate, you have to risk.
Matter of embracing the innovation and also the cultural change. Most of the companies are not really willing to make something extraordinarily new.
Ferrari Formula One drivers Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc seemed pretty happy taking it for a spin. And the Luce is still very much a Ferrari in one sense. It can go from 0 to 60 in about 2.5 seconds, but with less of a roar and more of a whirl.
The season's about to open. Let's go, Nathan Rourke.
And this is kind of cool. Legendary NFL and college coach John Gruden, now member of Barstool Sports, and the BC Lions sent him a care package of sorts. Gruden rattles off some of his favorite players, both past and present, on the lines, and also says a bunch of cool stats. Says he's never been to Vancouver, but plans to come up for a game, which is awesome. Gets a helmet as well. And speaking of cool, one of the coolest guys at CHEK, Steve Grabonnier, with some Cool things to do. Vibe next.
911, what is your emergency?
Now, Dad, lift your both of your arms up for as long as you can. Okay, good. Can you smile away to this? Okay, so he's kind of having a stroke.
At California Closets, every project is personalized, custom designed, and installed by true craftsmen. That's the California Closets difference. We call it practical magic. Get started with a free design consultation.
Lease the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee Hybrid from 2.99% for up to 24 months on all models.
Experience BC's best whale watching with Prince of Wales. Explore the wonders of the natural world with family and friends in Victoria, Vancouver, and Telegraph Cove. Book now at princeofwales.com.
Victoria is Canada's garden capital, and your yard deserves to look the part. RLC is a locally owned landscaping company serving Victoria with expert design, hardscaping, and complete irrigation solutions. Whether you need a smart sprinkler system or a full yard transformation, our team brings your vision to life, efficiently, beautifully, and built to last. From lush lawns to water-saving drip systems, we handle it all. RLC, Victoria's irrigation and landscaping specialists.
I remain a very proud Canadian. I had the privilege of growing up in Fort William, Ontario, which amalgamated with Port Arthur and became known as Thunder Bay. To this day, the rugged, majestic landscape north of Lake Superior fills my heart with pride. The sleeping giant rock formation that extends into the lake, steeped in First Nations lore, still sparks my imagination and truly captures what it means to be Canadian.
At the Old Farm Market, we're doing everything we can to lower prices. What are you working on, Kyle?
Just negotiating lower prices, boss.
What's going on, Chris?
Just lowering prices, man.
The Old Farm Market. Not corporate, not complicated, just great produce at the lowest prices.
Hey, what's up?
You brought your own Armstrong cheese?
Of course, I love it.
It's okay to bring your own Armstrong cheese.
Babies don't ever stop. And behind them is an unstoppable Pampers 360 diaper with up to 100% leak-proof fit. Because they're Pampers, behind every baby. Now with new Easy Off tabs.
When you earn points on everyday purchases with CIBC Aventure Infinite, you can do more everyday things somewhere else. And for a limited time, with a welcome bonus of up to $1,800 in value, you can get to your next trip faster.
You lied to me once, you don't get another chance. You better tell me the truth.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 9.
This Friday in Victoria, Cuban pianist Pablo Cardenas brings an all-star ensemble to the Coda for Portraits of Havana. Cardenas grew up near Matanzas, trained at the National School of Music in Havana before emigrating to Canada in 2010. He's been a cornerstone of Victoria's Latin jazz scene ever since. Friday's concert traces the music of the city he came from the 1920s son and danzón era through Afro-Cuban jazz, played by a musician who lived it.
Sometimes you got to dive in that ocean.
This Saturday in Victoria, poet and singer-songwriter Carol Sokoloff launches her new album, Change in the Weather. Sokoloff is a Peabody Award-winning Victoria arts figure, published poet, choral director, longtime fixture of the local music scene. Grammy-winning vocalist Kurt Elling called her an intuitively gifted songwriter. Saturday is the hometown launch with the Island Dream Band. Also this Saturday in Arrington, Small Town Artillery Collective plays the Arrington War Memorial Hall. The BC Rock Band is built around brothers Tom and Derek Van Dersen from Caslow. 20 years playing together, 10 is Small Town Artillery. And Saturday is one of a handful of select BC shows before they head back into the studio. Arrington Hall, homemade baked goods at the kitchen, and kids are welcome.
Very, very cool. Today is National Burger Day. It's also National Brisket Day, so go have yourself a nice brisket burger, why don't you? Andy Neal's got your next newscast at 10. Wheel of Fortune is up next. Good night.
Simon lives with a devastating disease that's impacted his growth, his health, and all facets of his life.
He's missing an enzyme that we all have that cleans up our cellular waste.
Mucopolysaccharidosis, MPS for short, is a rare metabolic disease with no cure.
Cure MPS is a fundraising website that me and my family started.
The fundraising mission that we're on is to raise money, and we put it directly in the hands of researchers.
To keep that research going, the second annual Hoedown for Hope on May 30th at the Saanich Fairgrounds is hoping to raise $50,000.
One day I hope we can raise enough money for the scientists to find a cure.
Vital People is brought to you in part by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.